Hey guys, I thought I would pop in today and do a couple of book tags I've seen over the last week or two going around the booktube community. For the first tag I thought I would do today, this is the book buying tag I saw on Reading with Jack's channel. It is an open tag. He specifically tagged a few people and then left it open for more people to do the tag if they wanted to. And I thought it was interesting, so I thought I would do it and then tag all of you guys because it is an interesting tag. It is called the Book Buying Obsession tag, and I'll link to Reading with Jack's channel down below. So if you decide to do this tag, don't link up to me, link up to his channel and I'll see it. Then comment down below and tell me that you did the tag too, and I'll go find the video or whatever. So the first question on the tag was, do you have an obsession with buying books? And my answer would be, not really. I don't have an obsession with buying the books as much as I have with acquiring the books. I don't care if I get them free or if I buy them or whatever. I like getting them. I like seeing them in my library, but I don't necessarily have to buy them. I don't have to pay for them, if that makes sense. The second question was, when, where, and how often do you buy your books? Do you go with anyone else or just by yourself? I do most of my book buying online. I don't like to go out in the publics. People make me crazy, so I tend to stay at home. I don't have that filter like most people can watch what they say and mind their own business. If I'm out in public and see somebody acting a fool, I'm gonna say you're a dumbass. I don't know what happened, why I didn't get that filter that everybody else has, but I don't have it, and I get aggravated easy. So I just tend to stay at home. I like shopping online. You don't have people staring at you, watching what you're buying. You don't have things distracting you. And the only downside I see to buying online is you don't actually get to see the quality of the book until it shows up at your house. But other than that, I really prefer to shop online. Do I do it with other people? Sometimes I've got somebody on Twitter and I'm like, yo, go look at this book and, tell me, what do you think, it's worth it or what? But most of the time it's just myself. What kind of things attract you to the books when you're browsing them? Is there a specific genre of books you automatically go and look at? If I go into a bookstore, the first section I hit is horror. And then on the way out, I usually swing by bargain books. I like anything that can put goosebumps on my arms, whether it be classified as horror, thriller, paranormal, whatever you want to call it. As long as it's a little bit creepy, I'm interested in reading it. So I pick those up first. And then on the way out, I'll go buy the bargain books because I am such a sucker for the sales sticker. And if I can get a hardback for like $3, chances are I'm going to pick it up, and it doesn't really matter what genre it is, or even really sometimes it does. If the sticker's big enough and pretty enough, it doesn't even matter what the book's about. If it's on sale, I'm going to pick it up and read it. Do you prefer to buy new, used, or a mixture of both? I buy a mixture of both, but primarily I go for used books. I think new books are too expensive. I'm a mom. I've got kids. I do not work. My husband works. So even though we're okay with money, it's not like we're rolling in the money. Do you know what I mean? And I usually, when I buy books, especially if I buy them new, I feel guilty for spending the family's money. So I really try to buy used. Most of the time it saves a tree. It keeps a book out of a landfill. Do you know what I mean? So I really try to buy used, but about once a year, I do ramble into Barnes & Noble. It's like a 3-hour drive or a 2-hour drive to get there from here, so I don't go that often, but I do go about once a year. So how much are you willing to spend on books a month? Last year, I did not set a spending limit on myself, and it created some problems. So this year, I'm really trying to stay like around $20 or less, unless it's like a special month like my birthday or Christmas, and then I'll use the gift. I usually get gift cards, so I'll use those and spend a little bit more. But this year, I'm trying to stay under $20. And I know you're like, oh my God, they don't even buy a hardback. It does if you're buying used. With $20, I can get probably 4 hardbacks or 5, depending on where I'm shopping. So, have you ever gone on a book buying ban? Yes, I say I'm on book buying bans all the time. But the problem with book buying bans, they are much like when you say you're dieting. Just the act of saying that's what you're doing, then that's all you can think about and all you want to do. Like when you say you're on a diet, it seems like you're hungry all the time. When I say I'm on a book buying ban, all I can think about is going shopping. I want to go to Barnes & Noble. I want to check thriftbooks.com. I want to check, Amazon. Oh, I'll just look at Amazon just to see if there's something on sale. Or I'll check barnesandnoble.com just to see if there's a sale today. I'm not really going to buy anything. And I always, yeah. Book buying bans in me are not good. How long does it take you to get around the reading recently bought books? It depends on the book. Some books I buy with the full intentions of reading, and especially if I'm not driving, I'll be reading that sucker before we even get home. Some books I buy because it's on sale, and especially like if I don't already have if it's a series and I don't have the first few books in the series, like I won't read a series out of order. But sometimes, if a book's on sale, if it's a $30 hardback and you can get it for $6, I'm not going to not buy it just because I don't have book one in the series, because chances are you're not going to find it that cheap again anyway. So I will go ahead and pick that book up and read it after I've read the first book in the series. So it just depends. It depends on the book. Do you prefer to buy a lot of shorter, cheaper books or just a few longer, more expensive ones? This really doesn't matter to me at all. I'm more interested in what the book is about and what I'm in the mood for at that time. I read all genres, really. I read everything except for like the Harlequin romance books. So it really just depends. When I go to pick my next book, what book I'm going to read next, it just depends on what mood I'm in. If I'm in the mood to get some giggles, I'll find something that sounds like it might be a little funny. If I'm in the mood for something scary, I'll grab a horror book. If I'm in the mood for anything, I'll pick up something that's really old, a classic, or something that I keep saying I'm going to read and haven't read yet. So it really it depends totally on my mood and not on the length of the book or the price of the book. It's just what am I in the mood for right then when I'm in the process of shopping. Anything else to say about these awesome obsessions? No, not really. I think it's really funny when people are like, you bought books? What, they don't understand why I would still buy like a hard copy of a book when digital is a thing. And I have a Kindle. I just got it for Christmas. I've still not converted over to being a digital book reader. I like walking into my dining room and seeing a full wall of books. I like being surrounded by them. I like the way they feel in my hand when I read them. There's just something relaxing about it. I can connect, it seems like, to the book more when it's a real book and not, the Kindle. The Kindle doesn't feel like it's a book for me for some reason. I've read a couple of books on my Kindle, but I don't think I like them anywhere near what I would have liked them had I been reading a tangible copy of the book. And I know it's a hang up with me. Like my daughter, these younger kids, when they're older, they're going to have more of a connection with the digital things because that's what is for them. Do you know what I mean? She's 11. She's growing up in this age where almost everything is digital. It's in a handheld thing, or it's on an iPad, or on the computer. It's not pages on a shelf, which is what I grew up with. So I definitely, I mean, I get where people are coming from when they're like, why would you buy books? But then again, I'm like, why do you buy cigarettes? Why do you buy candy bars? Why do you buy DVDs? You know what I mean? Some people collect knickknacks, and I collect books. It's just my thing. So, I don't know. The last question, number 10, who are you tagging? And technically, I'm tagging you. I don't like to call out anybody because if they don't feel like doing it, then I don't want them to feel bad they're not doing the tag. And if they don't do the tag, I don't want to wonder why they didn't do the tag when they know I tagged them. So I'm not going to name anybody specific. I'm just going to say you're watching this video, therefore you have been tagged. I'll link to Jack's channel and this original tag video down below. If you do your tag, do your video response to him. Don't do it to me. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching. See ya.